This is Sound Off, Louisiana's premier television sports show. Coming to you from Barstool Sportsbook at L'Auberge Lake Charles. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Welcome in. Glad to have you aboard. Full panel in the chamber tonight. Kevin Guidry back with us. Scooter Hobbs, man in the middle infield. Rick Serro circling the wagons. Loaded show as you would expect from us here at Sound Off, coming to you from the Sportsbook at L'Auberge. We will bow once again to the great Jayden Daniels with another record-breaking performance.
Guys, we're going to have to talk more
about that. We're running out of adjectives. We're running out of adjectives. All right, that's topping the show.
I've covered a lot of games. My jaws never drop.
Yeah, you should be dropping. McNeese falls for the ninth time. We'll get into that. The SEC coaching cleaning house has begun in College Station and in Starkville. And Cowboy basketball, Cowboy football. Let's get going with the LSU Tigers, Jayden Daniels. Look, I made a blunder last week. I said his Heisman hunt was over after the Alabama loss. And after the injury, I did not expect a record-breaking, we're talking college football all-time yards, rushing and passing in one game. I didn't expect it.
It's
unbelievable.
And I was with you. I thought had to beat Alabama to get in it. He had to do something really, really extraordinary to get back in it.
Yeah,
he did it.
And that game qualified. I have never seen anything.
Let me say this, guys. Rick, we don't get a vote. Scooter gets a vote. Let me tell you something. If
I'm not allowed to say who
I understand.
But
let me just say this, Rick. If LSU, and I'm saying this with my heart full right now, if LSU just had half of a defense, he would win it hands down.
Well, I think he should win it hands down already.
Hands down.
I really do.
But Rick, that defense is what's going to cost him.
I don't think
it's
so.
That defense,
I don't think
man.
so.
I think it's going to be a close
vote. I think it's going to be a close vote.
I think the defense ought to win it for him.
We'll get into that. Maybe a little bit later on, maybe in our Thursday night show.
Okay.
What they have to play for.
Yeah.
Look, I found it interesting. After the game, he said, I don't know how to, this is Jayden Daniels, I don't know how to explain what I do. But he does it out of instinct. And what I love about this guy.
I've heard a lot of great athletes say that.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
When you're in the moment, Rick, it's just.
You're in your moment. But what was very cool.
I wasn't putting you in that category.
Was it the 50-yard touchdown? Probably was the 85-yard touchdown
Unbelievable.
run. He doesn't strike the Heisman pose where everybody can see it, but it was with Nussmeier on the sideline.
Yes.
I thought that was cool.
Look,
you
man,
know
let me
that 85-yard run, I mean, that was just a sprint until right at the end he had to dodge a few. To me, the 51-yarder was the one.
Rick,
they were gems.
The thing to me, people didn't give Florida the nod as to being a really, really good team, but Florida's got some good players. Make no mistake at that, okay? Florida's got some people on defense that's going to get drafted.
It's Florida.
Okay? And he played against those guys. Yeah. The thing that impresses me more so than anything, how many quarterbacks, when you look around the country, can do what that kid did on Saturday night?
1981, at various times covering this team. You've been around.
You got something that's going to throw in the pocket, put it on the dime?
Not many.
But Rick, to throw and run like this kid did?
Not many.
Come on now.
He could always run. But the difference in his game, and he could always throw. The difference this year is he's anxious to throw deep.
He is.
They kind of had to knock that into him.
Yeah.
But
he is cool.
And really from the start, this year he's been doing.
He's also improved on his accuracy. 71 to 72% completion rate.
Look,
come on.
He was pretty accurate.
Remember
last year
incredible.
he just didn't throw deep as much.
And
there were questions if he could throw deep. He's as good a deep ball thrower as there is.
Remember in August doing spring drills, I say, Rick, there's two guys that's going to rival the two guys that we're talking about. Odell and Landry. Oh no, Kevin, none's going to come out.
Okay, I tried
Rick,
to tell
remember you said that.
I had questions about Thomas and Neighbors. I did.
Remember you said that, Rick.
I
say, Rick,
I don't think they're Jefferson and Chase.
Not yet. Let's say that. Not yet, Rick.
Look,
they are good.
You talked about comparisons and everything. Joe Burrow. We're going to spend weeks on that in the legacy. I'll throw another name that Jayden Daniels really should be compared to right now, and that's another Heisman winner in Lamar Jackson.
You took the words
from
out
the
of my mouth.
Baltimore Ravens.
You took the look. Why you steal my thunder sometimes? I was saving this, Rick.
Great minds,
I was
buddy.
saving this, man. Golly.
I've heard that. My only problem with it, Daniels is so slender. And I think Lamar Jackson
was a little more medium. He was, Scooter.
Pretty husky.
In college, Lamar Jackson was, now he's put on some weight in the NFL, but he was
yeah.
pretty slender at Louisville. And not as good as a passer, I don't believe, than Jayden Daniels is right now. I'm serious.
No, I don't think he's today as good a passer.
If there's not a West Coast bias or a Midwest bias or whatever kind of bias, he should win the Heisman.
fatigue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Rick, when we say Heisman, the Scooter knows better than we do.
It's a big deal to win the Heisman.
You have to have a record that's going to rival people to say
I don't
that
think
good.
so. No.
That's what it always comes
Lamar
down to.
Jackson won with 3 losses.
Oh, it's
Okay.
happened.
Okay.
Tim
Okay.
Tebow won
Okay.
with 3
Okay.
losses.
Griffin,
I was pushing the
RG3
envelope. I was
won
pushing the
with
envelope,
3.
but okay, you said with 3 losses now.
But
Okay.
the point is taken. It's a hurdle to
It is.
overcome.
It is.
Look, Brian Kelly says he's the best player in college football, as he should.
No
they
doubt
should
he is.
promote that.
Okay.
The defenders
A lot
and his
of others.
teammates thinks he's the best.
Okay.
All right.
Well, they're biased.
Of course they're biased.
But
Yes,
a lot of
they
other
know.
people, a lot of other people have said it too,
Yeah. Look,
including me.
Yeah.
did we?
But
Did we say this 2 years ago when we sat on this show and talked about him coming to LSU? Didn't cross our minds, did it? And what did you say, Rick? Oh, I don't know if he's going to be able to fit the bill. Okay.
I knew Joe
remember
Burrow
all of
could,
that.
but he proved me wrong. But he's worked.
He is,
and
Rick.
he's
He
gotten
has.
better.
There's no doubt,
He
Rick.
really has.
There's
all right?
no doubt
All
he
right,
has.
Georgia State up next. How long should he play? 2 quarters? Into
No.
3?
Well,
Some
no.
numbers?
No.
do not
Don't
bad
pad it.
stats.
He's done
that,
enough.
That's a bad
I'm with you
look.
on that, Scooter. I'm
Do
with you on
not
that.
do any stat.
I'm with you on that.
All right. Hey, the Max Bar and Grill at the National Golf Club invites you to come on by
Yes.
with friends and family. When the holidays get a little crazy, take a break from with a great steak or a juicy burger, collection of po' boys, gumbo, salads, cocktails, and beers, of course. Large dining area, plus that big patio overlooking the 18th green is open. Open
Yes.
7 days a week, lunch or dinner. The Max at the National Bar and Grill, and they will welcome you with open arms.
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at L'Auberge Lake Charles.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
What's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
His name was Cain. He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
Bowie Outfitters, or what we like to call them, Duck Hunters Heaven.
Yes, it
Full
is.
lines of equipment and duck toys you need this season at low prices, from decors from GHG, Mojo Outdoors, and Higdon on sale, starting at $50. Ring and Tone and Echo Championship duck calls. Beaver Tail sports slids, great for hauling in the marsh, small, medium, or large, starting at around $60. All the shells and ammo you need this duck hunting season in stock. It's Duck Hunters Heaven at Bowie Outfitters in Lake Charles. Welcome
Yes, it
back
is.
to Sound Off at the Sportsbook at LaBerge.
Glad to be
Our
here.
pintail duck key coin
That's what it
from
is.
Bowie's is here to remind you hunters to get over buoys and big savings. Coming up in the next segment, former LSU baseball coach, national championship winning
Yes.
baseball coach Paul Mainieri will join us. Is
Good
that in the
friend of the
shot
show.
there? I think
really
it is.
good people in
Yes.
sports.
He's coming up.
He
Not
is.
the picture, the man.
He will be here.
He's coming up and talking
Yes, he will.
LSU baseball and the championship and the lore and everything else.
Done.
All right, Mainieri retired.
Yes.
Texas A&M and Mississippi State didn't give their football coaches a chance to retire.
Rick,
Jimbo Fisher
you knew
canned
that was
first,
coming.
and then Starkville said, we're joining the party. They canned Zach Arnett after 11 games?
Rick, but see, Rick, those are the kind of things you say.
Impatience
No, Kevin, they will never
around
do it
the
during
SEC.
season. Do you believe?
And, you can say, like, is anybody really feeling sorry for Jimbo?
Not really, not with a
what he'll be
$76
known
million
for.
buyout.
The guy who's won a national championship, but his legacy is going to be
It's done.
$76 million
Yeah.
buyout.
That
That
is a
will be his
record-setting buyout.
legacy.
It's unfortunate. He's a good
you-
coach. He's a good
It's-
coach.
It's like triple the previous.
Did we-
What was it, Gus Malzahn at
Yeah.
21?
Yeah.
Did we ever think that any school would step that far out on the cliff and say, done?
It's A&M.
It's the state of Texas, Rick.
Texas,
oil.
the
It's called
12th
oil.
You're right.
It's called
the
oil,
12th
Rick.
man
Is what it's called.
foundation. They're well-heeled.
It's called
They're
oil, Rick.
impatient. They don't care.
Jesus.
But look, we've been talking about it for, Scooter, maybe the last 2
I'm not
years on this
surprised.
show.
I'm not surprised.
It was,
Rick,
the writing was on the wall
Rick,
for Jimbo Fisher.
We said it when him and Saban had that fallout. People didn't like him as much. People
He didn't
when
win
him and Nick
enough.
Saban had that fallout, people just kind of didn't like him as
top
much.
recruiting class.
Well, Scooter, they think that he was just miling off a little bit too much after working for Saban as an assistant. You leave those things alone.
4 wins, 5 wins. He was
He just didn't get
45
it
and
done.
25.
He didn't get it done.
And
Didn't.
A&M, this AD, Ross
Hadn't
Bork, they want to be
hadn't run
relevant.
a true road game like 3 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And we were thinking
you
about.
know, I knew Jimbo a little bit. I hadn't talked to him much in years.
Yeah.
But from being at LSU, we actually could talk to assistants then.
Yeah.
And Jimbo's a good guy. I guess he still is. I like him.
We're not. Maybe in a week to come, we'll figure out maybe who gets this job. But can he coach again? Will he coach again?
Oh yeah, he could.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
probably
know if
will, but I don't think it'd be in the SEC.
You know, normally I don't know what his says, but if he did, whatever he makes would be cut off of that buy.
Oh,
Exactly.
no doubt.
Exactly.
All right. So
Now,
Zach
Mississippi
Arnett.
State, Zach Barnett, his buyout was 3 cowbells.
Yeah.
You know.
$4 million. All right, so he's gone after 11
Yeah.
games. Should Billy Napier in Florida get a little
Look,
nervous?
everybody's talking
Only
about
2 years?
Everybody's talking
Nah,
about
I
coaching.
don't.
You don't think?
that's happening. No.
You really don't think so, Scoop? This is the SEC, man.
Impatience. All right,
Well-
speaking of being patient, McNeese
You
coach
got to
Gary Goff.
remember,
What?
at
Go ahead.
Mississippi State, it was kind of a fill in the gap.
It
hire.
was. It
Yeah.
was. And he lost
Tough
his quarterback.
situation.
It is
Tough
tough situation.
situation.
All right, speaking of patience, McNeese
They
coach
weren't
Gary.
very good with their
Oh, I know.
quarterback.
Gary Goff, he's trying to be patient. 9 straight losses, all right? Again, he did come out and say, Cowboy fans, this is what you're looking at in regards to the quarterback position with Camden Six-Killer at the true freshman. This is where we're going. And he had some numbers to back it up. He made a mistake. The pick 6 early killed him. It buried him. I know that. But he came back out swinging, guys. He came back out swinging.
Well, you know, that's great when it works, and you like that because it's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you think you're watching a circus, sometimes you think it's a car wreck, but it's fun to watch.
It is.
Do you, if you're a McNeese fan, the season's not over, but you have to get a win. You have to get a win.
Well, they got
Okay, Rick.
They got what, one more
it
chance?
is what it is. If your coaching staff has to produce a win, if it's not your players, your staff's got
It's
your
hard
staff's got to
to
produce
imagine.
one.
I got you. It's hard to
Okay?
imagine the McNeese Cowboys. I go back to 1981 at various times covering this team. You've been around it longer than me. It's hard to imagine 0-10.
it just is.
It's
That's
implausible.
unimaginable. It's unimaginable, Rick.
But
it's unimaginable.
But unless
not
Six-Killer
1-10.
and that defense can stop Lamar's running game, Kevin, it will be 0-10.
I think they'll do it.
You think so?
I'm going to predict right here. that
You think they'll go 1-9?
If the coaching staff has to produce a win,
You got a
this
lot
is
more
the
faith
one.
than I got.
This is the one they need to produce a win on. Okay.
I got you.
If it's not the
Lamar
players,
is a
the
good
coaching staff has got to
Lamar's
produce a
got a
win.
good, solid team.
2-9 with an asterisk.
Well, all right, 2-9. I got you. I got you. All right.
Yeah.
Or 1-9 asterisk.
Yeah.
Of course, you know me. I'm going to push. Coach. That call, Cowboy fans know what I'm talking about. the targeting and then the unnecessary roughness call gave HCU, and then they scored the go-ahead touchdown, game over. I mean, I prodded and poked on Gary Goff, but he held his tongue. But those refs in the Southland Conference, guys, they're just awful.
We've been talking about that for a while,
They're
Rick.
just awful.
It's everywhere, Rick. You don't know
it
what
is
the call
everywhere.
You don't know what the call is.
It is everywhere.
It
in
is,
the
Rick.
NFL and major college.
You know,
I don't care how tough the job is.
You've got
Ask
to
Brian
understand.
Kelly about targeting.
Oh,
these
good
days.
point.
Yeah, for real.
Good point.
In fact, this is
Andre saying
Tuesday night. There's a story in
Yeah.
Tuesday's American Press.
Unbelievable. All right.
Yeah.
I'll let Cowboy basketball, Will Wade era well underway. He's not there. Guys,
And he's still winning,
I
Rick.
said it when they beat
Come on.
Virginia Commonwealth. It's the biggest win in program history, at least in the regular season, ever.
Yeah.
I can't think. Well, I don't think they've ever won a postseason game. So
That's right.
Yeah.
You maybe have to factor in maybe some of those Southland tournament games that got them into the NCAA. But this is VCU, a perennial NCAA tournament program. Perennial.
Yeah.
Rick, let me tell you something. If they can get out of this with him missing the 10 games, that's a win-win for Cowboy fans, okay?
Well,
I'm telling you, Rick.
they've got 3 easy games coming. They've got 3 easy and then they got 4 tough ones on the road.
They do.
But what I saw at VCU, guys, I don't know. All right, quickly on the Saints. If you want to call it NFL football, I don't know.
Rick,
Lose again on the road.
I'll talk more about your boys
5-5,
when we come back.
mediocre team.
We'll talk more about them Thursday.
Oh, my gosh. All right, we're up against
They're
the
off
clock. We're
this
coming
week.
up. Paul Mainieri, former LSU Tigers baseball coach, will join us and talk a lot of LSU baseball and the talent that's right here in this region.
Yes, it is.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
What's bugging you?
Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
His name was Cain. He had a horse along the countryside. I saw him ride. One day they found him.
Duck hunting is in full swing, and you know there are big savings down at Bowie Outfitters for everything you need for the blind, marshes, or rice fields. Time to get prepped for the deer season as well. Bowie has all Sig Sauer scopes on sale, along with Halo optic rangefinders. The boys at Bowie want you to know they have a huge selection of Savage rifles in all makes and models. Plus, the ammo racks are full and in stock.
Yes.
Get to Bowie Outfitters and save this duck and deer hunting season. Welcome back to Sound Off, coming to you from the Sportsbook at LaBerge. We want to welcome in a very special guest. That would be former LSU baseball coach, national championship winning baseball coach. That would be Paul Mainieri.
One of my favorite people.
One of your favorite people.
Scooter.
And look,
Thank
you're
you.
here for the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame activities at LaBerge.
Yes.
Earlier in the week, you can see your mug is right there.
How
You can
about
get the
that?
shot. We got all
That's a good
going
picture.
on with the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. You
Where's
just told me
yours?
you were an
I'm working on
inductor
it. You're gonna have to
last
work on it
summer.
for
You're
me.
recent.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
fresh for you.
Oh, this is great to be here, Rick. One of the greatest experiences of my life, being inducted into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Anybody that hasn't been to that induction ceremony needs to put it on their bucket list. It's really an amazing facility to go to, an amazing weekend of events in Natchitoches.
Yeah. That would be your cue.
One sports Hall of Famer to another. You are.
Oh,
Yes.
you had,
great
here we
You knew he
go.
wasn't going to let me live it
The
down.
great
Rick.
Scooter
He
Hobbs.
wasn't going to let me live it
Where's
down,
your
Rick.
painting,
You know
He's
Scooter?
in the
that,
Hall
right?
of
You know
Fame.
Where's
that.
your painting?
God.
I would have bought mine if I didn't know what was going on.
God, I hope they didn't do a painting of you. But go ahead.
Oh, my goodness.
They did. I'm going to cut right to the chase.
You usually do.
Always.
Euro 19, pit it against this last year's national championship.
Oh,
Is he putting you on the spot?
What would have
Coach?
been the key in a 3-game
Is he putting you on the
series?
spot, Coach?
Oh, I'll tell you what. I don't want to make a comparison.
I
You know, this last team that won the championship, Scooter, was so dear to me because so many of the players were players I recruited and also coached. You know, I had Dylan when he was a freshman and Trey Morgan and all of those guys, Jordan Thompson. I had Travinsky and Milazzo for 3 years. So, you know, I loved all those kids. And when they won this year, I'll tell you, it was a wonderful thing for me personally to see these people that I recruited as young men, 16, 17-year-olds, and now to see them as adults that were able to handle that
Pressure cooker.
Pressure
Yeah.
cooker
Oh, man.
and get the job done. So I was just as proud of them as I possibly could be. But obviously the 09 team was very special to me as well. I saw Lewis Coleman this past weekend at the football game, and we got to spend a lot of time together. And you know, those kids from that team will always be number one for me.
Coach, one of the things that and let me just say for the record, probably one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. I meet Coach, I hadn't talked to Coach like in 4 years. I meet him at the tailgate. I said, Coach, we would love to have you on the show this weekend. He said, Kevin, I'm going to be in town. Done deal. He's here.
He's here.
What a guy.
I'm very, very happy to be here. This is a great honor to be here with you guys.
We appreciate you being here. Coach, we talk a lot about help me out, the word when you bring guys in, the portal.
Oh, yeah.
Back when you were coaching, the portal wasn't something that you dealt with a lot.
No, we didn't have it.
Nowadays, how do you think the portal has changed teams to be where they're at right now from when you brought guys up from when they were recruited to national championships?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Kevin. The portal is a great advantage for a place like LSU where it's a destination school. And, you know, when I would lose guys to the draft, you know, the biggest issue I had to deal with as a coach for all those years was you recruit players that were too good because then they would get drafted professionally and signed before they ever came to school. So when you had to recruit, you had to kind of balance that to make sure you had some depth. You know, you only had 11.7 scholarships, and so it didn't spread that much. So if you lost that really good player, did you have somebody that could step in, maybe not at that level, but still be pretty good? Now with the portal, you lose somebody, you just go dip into the portal and pull in some established player from another school, and you don't miss a beat.
That's what happens.
It's an easy
just the
pull
way
and plug.
it is
It's
now.
an easy pull and plug in it.
Yeah, it is.
LSU, former LSU baseball coach Paul Mainieri has joined us here on Sound Off at LaBerge. He's in the area at LaBerge for the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame activities, fundraiser, private parties, golf tournament at Contraband earlier this week. Boy, I wish we had a whole hour with you. We can fill it there. But the highs, the 09 championship.
Oh, yeah.
The regret of not getting number 2 against Florida, right?
Well,
that's a tough one.
listen, I could give you a handful of regrets. You know, the 17 team, I thought we had a chance to, I felt that we had the better team against Florida, but they had great starting pitching, 3 first-rounders in the rotation that pitched against us in the finals there. But my 13 team, when we went to Omaha 57-9, when Bregman was a freshman and Aaron Nola was a sophomore. And then it was our first time we played in that new ballpark, and it played so different than what we were used to. The first day we lost to UCLA 2-1, and I think we hit 4 balls that day that would have been home runs in any park in the SEC, but only one of them left the park. There were only 3 home runs hit in the entire World Series that year. Mason Katz hit one of them, but we lose 2-1 the opening game, and then, you know, it just didn't work out. 15, we went back with Alex Lang as a junior, Alex Lang as a freshman, Alex Bregman as a junior. I think we had won 53 or 4 games when we went there that year too. But, you know, I always said this, Scooter heard me say this a million times, not only do you have to have a really great team, but you got to be great at the right time, and you got to get a few breaks as well. And when you're out there, it's a crapshoot, you know, because all the other teams are great as well, and it can sometimes come down to one pitch, one at bat,
sometimes
one
just baseball,
play.
right, Coach? Just baseball.
By the way, I'm going to get back to my original theme. And you don't have to pick one or the other. Tell me the differences. Aaron Nola, Paul Skeens.
You're not making it any easier for me,
Come on
okay?
now.
Well, Skeens might be the best pitcher in college baseball in the last half century, and I'm not exaggerating. I mean, when you're throwing 100 miles an hour on your 100th pitch of the game, I mean, that's number
crazy.
one starter, Hall of Fame caliber potential, okay? But Aaron Nola went 30-4 in his 3-year career with us. So there was one stretch where Nola pitched in his junior year where he had 4 consecutive complete games.
That's unheard of.
And every outing was between 102 and 108 pitches.
Wow.
And every line score was the same. 9 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, 5 hits, 1 run, no walks. I mean, Mr. Consistency. But Skeens is a generational
I'm
type
not through.
guy.
Yeah.
Dylan Cruz, Alex Bregman.
Oh my gosh.
And you got 20 seconds.
But that story's still to be told, though, Scooter. That story's
There we
still to be
go.
told.
I like that.
I mean,
That story's still to be told.
Cruz has the national championship ring. Bregman's got the $100 million contract in the big league.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
they're both wonderful kids.
Wow.
But listen, they're both great players, but they're even better people.
They are.
In our final
They are.
10 seconds, this area for local high school baseball talent is really rich in this region.
Bryce Jordan, Bo Jordan, Brody Drost, Jared Foster.
The list goes on.
So many
The
great
list goes
players
on.
we got from the Lake Charles area.
Paul
at
Mainieri,
LSU.
former Tigers
Yes.
baseball coach. We appreciate you coming in.
As
Enjoy
always,
your time
Coach.
here in Southwest Louisiana. That's going to wrap it up from us from Barstool Sportsbook at LaBerge. We'll see you next time.
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at LaBerge Lake Charles.
Now's the perfect time to enjoy your amazing backyard. Unless you have a mosquito problem, contact the experts at J&J Exterminating and take advantage of $50 off initial service. Make this summer the best ever with J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.